Hello and good afternoon, everybody, depending on where you are in this amazing world, and welcome back once again for another video of DIY investing. With the bull run now just beginning, it's very important that we talk about Bitcoin, and not only Bitcoin, but some of the hard forks of Bitcoin that oftentimes don't get talked about enough. These are two coins that I am very excited for. A lot of people will talk down on them, saying that they're clones of Bitcoin or that they're never going to perform well, and then you'll have other people that are saying that these are the future. So today we're going to be diving in, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys the updated analysis inside of Bitcoin. We're also going to be taking a look at the sister coins of Bitcoin. We're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin Cash, and then we're going to be finishing it up by taking a look at Bitcoin SV. We're going to be taking a look at the trio of Bitcoins, and I think that these are all setting up for some very profitable returns, and so it's really important that we're all in the know about what's to be expected moving forward. If you're new and just finding this channel, make sure you guys do myself a favor by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing to this channel for more updates. Make sure you guys click the notification bell so you don't miss out on any updates like the one provided for you here. And remember, guys, if you want access to my video course or my signals, all you have to do is click the invitation link in the description of this video, and there you're going to get access to my Discord. You guys can message me through there. Now, with my video course, it's a 20 video series that teaches you guys all of the same strategies that I use to profit every day inside of crypto. It's a mix of both short-term, mid-term, and long-term trading and investing strategies that I use. Now, on top of that, if you guys want access to my signals and portfolio management done by me, then make sure you guys are going to want to check that out. Inside of the signals, I post a mix of short-term, mid-term, and long-term investments. I also post day trading strategies along with margin trade opportunities. And so it's a really diverse group. You guys are definitely going to want to check that out if you want to be profiting alongside next to me and following the same investments that I'm taking every day. With all that being said, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. You guys are everything to me. It really does mean a lot to see all of the positive faces just continuing to give me all this support. So thank you guys so much. With all that being said, let's jump right in the video today. Alright guys, so here we are. To start off this video, we're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin on the dollar because Bitcoin is the driver of value, and with Bitcoin we know what's going to happen with the rest of the market. Now, kind of what we've been in this little dilemma about is really, is this a confirmed breakout? And if it is, are we about to see more upside, or are we about to see a new low? And there's kind of been this big debate going on currently inside of the market. Now, for me personally, you guys know where my personal stance is on this. I called this a falling wedge. I said that we have broken from the falling wedge at this point down here. And then this was really our confirmed breakout with this move here. We've already got a breakout, retest, and now we're actually impulsing higher into this cycle once again. And so for me, guys, this is really no doubt that we're bullish, and I've been updating you guys. I've told you guys that I expect the bottom to be in, and it has been in. And so realistically, not much has changed. Now, a couple things that I'm watching out for with Bitcoin right now are to see exactly where this cycle is going to take us. Now, for me personally, my next target inside of Bitcoin is going to be here at about 11K, just under 11K or 11K range, right about there, which takes us to the 618 Fibonacci zone. Now, this 618 is a very good opportunity. Now, this 618 is a really good place for taking profits, especially in Bitcoin, because Bitcoin really likes to follow that 618 Fibonacci region. And so that's actually what I'm expecting here. Now, I know a lot of you guys have been sending me charts recently. Really, the biggest chart that I've been seeing recently has been anything from Hagenly. For whatever reason, you guys seem to be really into whatever analysis that he posts. And I've been seeing a lot of different people sending me charts saying that this was just an ABC correction up and we're about to go down for new lows. To be quite honest, I just do not see that scenario playing out. I do see this more as building momentum. We can see here that we have this parabolic trend that's starting to develop, and really what we saw here was just a rounded bottom formation. It's almost the exact same pattern that we saw back in December of 2019. We see a big rounded bottom, prices start to mark up and break out. Parabolic trend gets more parabolic, and then we finally go through this big euphoria stage. And so what I've been watching for is roughly the same sort of parameters. We had this rounded bottom where the momentum starts to build. Same thing as what we saw right here. Price actually break out and go into markup, and we start to see the parabolic trend develop, which would be about right here. And now what I'm thinking of seeing next is one more big euphoric push where candlesticks are just basically going to go straight up. And I think that that's going to take us anywhere from about 11K to 12K Bitcoin. And that's what I'm going to be watching. Realistically, to me, this looks like a trend that's just getting more and more parabolic. I think that we need to see a lot more upside, a lot more euphoria where we see short pullbacks and really just buying opportunities that's taking place all the way upwards of about 11K. So that's what I'm going to be watching for inside of Bitcoin. Realistically, I don't see I don't see the solution where we actually go to new lows. I think we're far surpassed that at this point. For me, kind of what I'm watching for, I think that we're going to get one more big parabolic push upwards of 11K. It could even overextend upwards of 12K. We don't know how parabolic it's going to get. That's why I'm personally just holding a significant amount of Bitcoin, and I'm not looking to take profits in the short term. Because when this thing starts to go up, it's going to happen very quick, and I don't want to be sitting here trying to day trade everything when I can just long hold for the next couple years and make more money doing so. Now, I'm expecting one more kind of parabolic run that'll be kind of a euphoric stage upwards of the 618 Fibonacci region, which will be about just under 11K. And then after that, I would expect us to kind of top out and sell back down. And then I think that we would sell back down to about this $9,100 floor, at least. I want us to see us hold support above this level. If we find support a little bit above that, that's even better. But I want to see us hold support of above at least the $9,100 area. And then I think that that would actually set us up for more of a bigger return and a bigger upside push coming from Bitcoin. And so that's what I'm going to be watching out for here. Overall, guys, this next impulse is going to be the one that takes us to that all-time high mark. I think it's going to happen very quickly. Whether we get a little bit more of an impulse here and sell off, or whether we just kind of really start to break out an impulse from this point, I don't know, and that's why I'm not here trying to predict the market. I'm just showing you guys the way that the market looks to me and how I'm personally trading it. And so for me, I accumulated my long-term bags this entire retrace. I accumulated the majority of them right here. And right now I'm in profit on all of my long-term investments. Every single one of my entries I took inside of this bear market retrace, I'm now in profit. And so for me, guys, it doesn't make sense to try and take a lot of profits when we've only went up just a short amount, when these were all of my long-term bags that I've accumulated. And so for me, guys, I'm really not too worried about what's coming inside of Bitcoin, whether we sell off a little bit. It's all just noise on the bigger trajectory trend that's going to take us past all-time high. And so that's what I'm going to be watching for there. Now, this takes us to the next part of our video. Today, we're going to be diving in and taking a look at Bitcoin Cash, and we're also going to be looking at Bitcoin SV, because I think that the two hard forks of Bitcoin are actually looking good. Now, there are other hard forks of Bitcoin, but these are the ones that I actually care about. I don't care about any of the other ones like Bitcoin Gold. I have no idea. Bitcoin Diamond is another one. There's so many out there, but these are the only ones I care about, and these are the ones that are showing real profit potential. So, taking a look at Bitcoin Cash, we can see that we have a really nice market cycle that's beginning to form here. We saw a big parabolic run back in 2017, 2018, and then we saw a sharp decline. And from that point, we've retraced really hard, actually. This was one of the worst bear market corrections that we saw inside of the bear market. We corrected about 98%. And if I drop it to a log scale, you're going to see just how crazy that capitulation was. We can see that we sold off really, really hard when Bitcoin broke support at 6K. And we sold off really, really hard. Now, from that point, we actually had our first impulse. And that's why I think that this one's been oftentimes overlooked. It's because people aren't really expecting it to go back up again. But what we finished is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Elliott wave impulse. And so what this is just a big 1 wave, right? And now we're working on the 3 wave. And then I think that we'll see something along the lines of this. And so this is kind of what I'm watching out for with BSV. I think that this is just a big 1 wave. We'll get another big 3 wave impulse, and we'll kind of just keep going up in this trend. Now, I have no idea how big this 3 wave it could get really extended upwards of about $2,400. We might stop out a little bit earlier at about, $1,700. It's hard to say exactly, but what I'm showing you guys right here is just how early we are in the cycle. This is still just the 1 wave, and we have a lot of profit potential still to come. I mean, realistically, guys, this is still the accumulation phase, and we haven't broke out of our resistance yet. Our resistance is going to be about right here. You could also make the argument it's a little bit lower about here. And so we still have this resistance to break. But once we make a higher high and break out of, this is about $500. Once we break out of $500 and we get that confirmed trend reversal, this is a confirmed higher high. And this is going to set us up for a massive impulse. And I think that we're at least going to hit about up here at this resistance. I would say that we would hit at least up here in this next impulse. And so guys, I think that we have hit the point in the cycle where the really cheap, slow accumulation trend is now over, and we're about to start seeing the real impulses taking place. And so if you guys have not positioned yourself inside of this accumulation cycle, we're not going to be waiting around at this level much longer before we actually do get that major breakout that we've been expecting to see. And so with the amount of volume that's coming in here, I mean, we look at the cycle high volume of the last impulse, and we can see that it was pretty small and insignificant. But what we're starting to see here is very big, congruent volume outbreaks. We have a lot of new volume that's entered this market, and we can see here that we're pretty much at the same cycle high volume, but we have a much more consistent average of new volume that's coming in here. So this new volume is much bigger than anything that we've even seen up to this point, and the fact that we're at such low equivalence inside of market price leads me to believe that this one still has a lot more upside to come. And with it being a hard fork of Bitcoin, as long as Bitcoin performs good, you know the Bitcoin Cash is going to do good. I actually like Roger Ver. He might be a little bit crazy and might come off as an asshole sometimes, but overall he's a pretty good guy, and he has a good overall libertarian view and political bias to him, and that's what I like to watch. And so for me, guys, I think that this one has a lot more profit potential to be had. To me, the next realistic target is going to be this high resistance up here of about $1,700. Now, it's possible we could stop a little bit prematurely at about $1,000, but I find it less likely, and I think that this next impulse is going to get pretty big. So stay tuned for Bitcoin Cash. If you haven't picked up any, I highly recommend you guys do so. I made a signal for this one way back down in here, and so if you guys were somebody that actually listened to my signals inside the Discord, you're now in a lot of profit, and we're going to be continuing to hold into this more profit potential that I'm expecting to see here. Next up, guys, is going to be the last one on the list, which is Bitcoin Satoshi's Vision, or Bitcoin SV. This is one you're going to hear so many people hate, and it's one that it's probably one of the more hated coins I've seen in recent years. Bitcoin Cash was the same way. When Bitcoin Cash first got released, there was a lot of hate for it, a lot of people talking down, saying that it's a copy of Bitcoin, it's never going to be as good as Bitcoin, it's just trying to take the Bitcoin name and steal all of its clients, and that's just not the case, guys. The same things are going to be said about every hard fork of a Bitcoin. And not only that, but the fact that this is Craig Wright's version of Bitcoin makes people very, very pessimistic about it. Craig Wright, if you guys that do not know, he's the guy that claims to be Satoshi Nakamoto. He's gone through court cases to try and prove that, yet he's never once made any sort of real advancement to prove that he's actually Satoshi Nakamoto. Now, for me, guys, I think that he's just some guy trying to generate hype for his coin. Nobody really believes that he's Satoshi. He doesn't even fully believe that he's Satoshi. But this is his coin. Now, what his coin has been doing is it's actually produced a big, profitable cycle, and a lot of people have been overlooking it. A lot of top analysts on Twitter are actually talking down on this, saying it's a shit coin, saying that it's going to zero, this was a scam pump, and I cannot tell you guys enough how wrong that they are going to be, and how parabolic this one still is going to go. Now, by looking at Elliott wave theory, we're going to see that this was just a big one wave, and now we are starting the three wave impulse, right? Now, the thing about this impulse is we have yet to finish out the three, and we're still finishing out that three-wave impulse. And the way it works is we've had one of the three, we've had the three of the three, and now we'll have another final five-wave impulse of this three-wave. And who knows, maybe we'll only go up a little bit higher, maybe we'll get really overextended, but that's what's going to complete the three-wave. And then after that, we'll have a short-term correction before we have a final five-wave impulse. And so, guys, this is a really undervalued coin. What just barely took place was we just broke out of the previous all-time high of that cycle, of basically all the cycles. This was a resistance level that had held us once, twice, three times, and then we broke out of it with this move here. And since that breakout, we've now broken out and retested previous resistance as support. What we're now entering is price discovery. Anytime you have a breakout of the all-time high and we consolidate on support, that's leading us for a massive, massive breakout on the upside. And I think that this one has a lot of profit potential still left inside of this cycle. This is a very early cycle. This one still shows a lot of profit potential because we just broke out of the all-time high. This one has now entered price discovery. So if you're watching Twitter and you're seeing any analyst talking down and saying that this one is going to zero, They're most likely just people that have political biases, that aren't really good analysts, and that are just trying to sell you on hopium, sell you on false narratives. And this is really what's about to happen. We're about to see a big explosion taking place inside of Bitcoin SV, inside of the rest of the altcoin markets. And so it's really important that you guys are actually watching and paying attention to these coins. I want to talk about this one because I know how much backlash it's getting. I want to talk about Bitcoin Cash because this is another one of those coins that people are writing off, but both of these are setting up for a big explosion in price, and it's really important that we cover these in these videos so that we're all on the same page together. Maybe you're holding some of this, maybe you're not. Highly recommend that you guys look into these if you haven't already. Overall, guys, not much has changed since my last Bitcoin analysis. Bitcoin is still just in the same sort of trend. I'm expecting more upside to come before we start to see a prolonged sell-off. But overall, guys, the bear market is over. The bull run has started. It's been starting for a while, but a lot of people have been skeptical. They've been in disbelief. But I think that we're very first starting to see the early signs that this is a genuine bull rally, and it's time to pack your bags and hold accordingly. Anyways, guys, with all that being said, thank you all so much for the support. If you found any value of this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more updates. Remember to click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any updates like the one provided for you here. Remember, I also offer a video course and signals. The video course is 20 educational videos that teach you guys all the same strategies that I use to profit inside of crypto every single day. On top of that, if you want to follow my signals, I offer portfolio management and a mix of short-term, mid-term, and long-term trades and investments that I'm taking. I also post different day trading opportunities along with margin trading, so you guys get a full round analysis and update of the market that you guys can actually use to profit. So thank you all so much. I will catch you in the next video. As always, peace out.